Alright, this is 6-axis dev, showing you a couple spinner updates. It's been a while since I made a video. Sorry about that. Trying to get a decent video space working here. Lighting's a little off, but we're working on it. Okay, so what I got now is kind of just wanted to go on the updates that I've got going on with the different finger pads. Redesign those to be a little stronger, last a little longer. Double with big red, and big red freshness lasts right through it. Sorry, if you don't understand that reference, you won't laugh. Anyway, so yeah, so this is one of my demo ones. It's got some gnarly scrapes on the back, so I just kind of spin it. These ones don't actually stay in because they're, again, demo ones that I've chewed up, taken in and out many times. And they will do that. The more you take these in and out, the more the plastic will wear and not stay in. If that happens, add a little bit of glue, a little bit of tape. You can let the glue dry if you don't want them to stay in permanently. If you add a little tape, it'll just renew that press fit. They're not twist off anymore. The twist off 3D printing, they were breaking too easy, or a lot of times people didn't know they were twist off because most people's were pry off, and so they'd pry them off and break them. So instead of fighting against the grain, I joined them, but I added these holes to the finger pads, as you can see here. Let's get a different color so we can color attack. You can see it a little bit better. That's how they print. They print with this little support piece in the middle there. I don't know if you can see that. What? So that they print better, a little cleaner. Print with this support piece, and I just remove it before I send them out. So holes through it. They're intended not to ever have to take out. So you got a full ceramic, you're good. Shoot, do whatever you want with it to clean it up. Soak it in water, as long as you let these dry off. Don't let the water stay on these. Sometimes these will rust. So go ahead and you stick these in. Let's do a green one. So I gotta prep this. I usually clean up the little print job here with the blade. So now it's ready to be press fit, right? Still tight initially, but now you've got holes in there, and if you've got an air compressor or a can of air, you can just put your fingers on the edge like that. Point the air right there, get it spinning, shoot some air through there, shoots all the debris out the other side, right? Whether you have one on the back, which most of you will. Shoots all the air out. Sometimes I'll even just put my mouth up to the hole and blow, as long as I'm not blowing a bunch of moisture on the steel bearings. But that'll clean it out. So yeah, so that's the update on the pads. They're just, if like this one was really tight. Best thing to do, so this one's a fresh, I just installed this one here. The best way to pry these off is to just wedge. You can do a butter knife, you can do anything. Wedge, see how I'm rotating? Rotate a little bit. Pry, rotate, pry, rotate, pry, rotate, pry, rotate, pry, till it just comes off. And the less often you do that, the more it'll stay on there. So second time on, it's still on there, ain't going anywhere. Full ceramic, spin great. So that's the update on the finger pads. Let's go ahead and move on to kind of this, oh no, before we get to this new design, the new sizing on these Shrunken spinners. So the issue that I've been having is the Shrunken, the weight is just slightly closer to the center. That's a terrible color. You can't see that, can you? Here's a red one. The weight is just slightly closer to the center than the rest of the designs. See that? So it's got less weight. It's not as heavy on its spin. It doesn't last as long. So I went ahead, redesigned it. Slightly larger. As you can see here, not much. put it over top. It's not much bigger. You're gonna get on end to end. Let's see if we can do that. So what is that? It's a little over 1/4 of an inch bigger. It's still gonna fit easy, reasonably in your hand. It's not as big as it's not as big as. Let's see, we got some nubs and recurves up here. It's, I believe, the same height here. So you're not getting any bigger. It's not too big for your hand. That's something I tend to design towards, not too big. You don't want to be forced to use your second hand. You want to be able to at least use 2 hands, 1 hand, or at least use the 1 hand. So that's the update on that. Added some, I call them speed holes. It's a Simpsons reference too right there. Just put some speed holes in it. And then this is the new design, and I'm just gonna want to go over that real quick. Don't want to get this video too long, but so this is the new design. Working out some of the kinks. The way that I design these spinners, I like there to be a good, easy spot to put your finger and get that one-handed flick. I don't want it to be this, like, okay, here's an example of one of my test ones. I can drop this bearing in it real quick. This one, my finger is so far away, I can't, a one-handed spin on this, it's not feasible. You have to do 2-hand. So it's just too big to where the finger and the centerpiece are. So this one kind of was an evolution of that one. Cut out some weight, and you can get your finger here. This is going to open up a little bit more, the final design. So you can easily get your finger there. I tend to like to flick with my bottom finger right here. But this guy's beefy. Let's pull out the scale here. So the average weight I've got on most of mine, larger ones, is 2 ounces. We're gonna clear this one. Cleared. So with all the balls in it and the pads and the drop, we're putting in 3.3. So that's an 1.3 ounces heavier. And for something of this size, that's a lot. It's an ounce, but it's a lot. So it just spins. This is just a standard Bones Reds bearing that I've cleaned out, and it just goes. I mean, you can feel the weight. Just goes. Don't think I'm going to sit here the whole time. Maybe we'll do some post-credits footage of this spinning forever. This is just a demo one. Once I get the final design worked out, I'll go ahead and do a spin time video. So those are those updates. I design to make it comfortable, to be able to put your finger there in 1-hand flick. I don't have many more built right here, but this is my Super Shuriken that I don't know if I should sell or keep. It cost me way too much. But yeah, that's my design criteria. That's the update on the finger pads, the update on this new design coming out. These, I'm going to post the picture. I got to get some pictures, post them up on site. But if you want one, dude, order a normal one and say, hey, can I get the big one? I'm not gonna bully you. I'm just gonna send you the big one. I've got these printed. I'm just out of time trying to get a picture and get a post up there on my site. So add a memo, get on Instagram, whatever, chat me up. I'll hook you up. Thanks, man. Peace out.